I just remember getting married. Getting married a couple years later, I got married and I had my first son, Justin. And I remember being happy for the first time in my life, and it was great. But then I remember it didn't last. My marriage started to crumble. My relationship started to go down in the tubes. And my wife and I, we spoke about divorce. And I remember my wife praying to God, asking God for a sign, an obvious sign. And at the time, she pulled up at a stoplight and she saw a billboard and it said SaveMyMarriage.com. She went to the website and it opened up to In His Presence Church website. The very same day, I told my friend about my divorce situation. Mind you, this is a friend you never asked for advice. He looked at me straight in the face, so confident, and he said, just go to In His Presence Church. Everything will be fine. I'm serious. My wife and I, we talked about it later that night. We ended up here in the service that Sunday. I showed up during like the last praise song. I never do that anymore. And we sat down, and after everyone sat down and greeted each other, I just remember these two people arguing and hollering and yelling at each other. And as they're yelling at each other, I looked over at my wife like, come on, we're in church. Like, what's up, you know? I didn't know it was an act. And then Pastor Mel walks, out on the stage, with his swag and everything, And he's like, does this remind you of anyone? And boom, it hit me like lightning. We felt the presence of God. We learned from the Bible what a marriage was supposed to look like. And we prayed to God. We applied what we learned, and God restored our marriage.